And I absolutely think so. I was just telling Claire that since I went to an all-girls school, that really helped me kind of like not feel boy crazy all the time. I had my girlfriends at school, and then I had all my guy friends at the other all boys schools in the area, and that kind of I think going to an all girls school kind of grounded me and gave me a really good basis for creating relationships with boys that weren't romantic. And I have a lot of friends that are boys. I would consider them some of my best friends. One of my best friends I've known since I was 4, and he's a boy, and I consider him to be like a brother to me. And I think a lot of my guy friends are like brothers to me. I could trust them the same way. I feel protected when I'm with them. And I mean, a lot of them are attractive, but I don't, I'm not attracted to them because I know them kind of on that brother level. But I think it's really nice as a girl to be surrounded by boys that are just your friends. It kind of, I don't know, not that it's bad to be like really girly, but it's fun to have the boys in your life to kind of ground you that are just friends.
So can guys and girls just be friends? In my opinion, I think guys and girls cannot just be friends. Men and women, guys and girls, are attracted to each other. And if a guy and a girl are friends, I think there's always some level of attraction from one of the people. Now, can they be friends? Yes, absolutely, they can be friends. But the initial relationship that starts, there's always one person who is probably attracted to the other person.
Can guys and girls just be friends? I think the answer to that question is yes. Not in every circumstance, but certainly it's possible for guys and girls to just be friends. And I think that I'm answering this question as a 50-year-old man, and I think it might depend on your age. I mean, if you're 7 years old, then obviously you can be friends with a girl or a girl with a boy. It might be a little bit harder when you're 18 or 25, but then when you get up to like 50, like where I am, it's certainly possible for guys and girls to be friends.
Yes, guys and girls can just be friends because you're opposite sexes doesn't mean you have to be attracted to each other. You know, there can be just a mutual friend thing going on.
Girls and guys can be friends because it doesn't matter who your friend is as long as you get along with them.
Guys and girls can absolutely be friends because it's great to have relationships with both between guys and girls.
I think if you find someone attractive, they're always going to be physically attractive. And whether you want to make that a romantic relationship or if you want to just be friends, then that's your decision. I think that everyone has their own motives for why they want to be friends with certain people. And it is good to surround yourself with people that are attractive inside and out.
I think people are attracted to people that they know very well because you tend to hang out with people that you're attracted to. You tend to hang out with people, I think, that are very similar to you and enjoy the same things. So you tend to be attracted to those people. I think as far as long-term attraction, if you're talking about just a physical attraction where you think someone is just beautiful or very good looking, sometimes you don't need to know them, but I think the real beauty, the real attraction that comes from knowing someone is what people are attracted to.
Well, what is not good about beginning a romantic relationship with a close friend is that obviously you could ruin the friendship if the romantic relationship doesn't work out. And I guess statistically it won't work out usually unless you end up marrying that person and living happily ever after, which I guess is the hope whenever you start any romantic relationship, usually. But, you know, the odds are against you doing that, and so if it's really a treasured friendship, then you're risking the friendship or placing the friendship at risk by starting a romantic relationship with that person.
The things that are bad about starting a relationship with a close friend is you've already made that leap. You already know so much about them. So it kind of cuts out the part of the relationship where you're like finding things out about each other, you know? It shortens things and it leaves a lot more to how well you're compatible rather because, you know, it's fun to meet a new person. So it might shorten the relationship, I think.
Yes, it is healthy to be in a relationship with one of your good friends who is not in the romantic or romantically attracted to you.
It may be more difficult to have a relationship with a close friend because you've established a certain level of trust, and a more romantic relationship is a little more complicated and involved.
I don't think that you lose interest in someone unless you want to. If you want to be friends with someone, then you're going to be continually interested in them your whole life. I have friends that I've had since I was 4 years old. Claire's sister is one of them. And I think if you're losing interest in someone, then they're not supposed to be your friend if it's a boy or a girl.
I think with a lot of hard work in relationships, whether it be a friendship or a lover relationship, I think you just grow naturally stronger in that relationship as you get to know them and build on your experiences and get to know them. I think that friendships and love evolves, and if you evolve together, then I think you can grow to a deeper level of love, whether it be with friendships or within relationships of love.
Okay, so the question is whether we naturally lose interest in people once we get to know them, or does it get stronger? I think that once you get to know people and you get to know them better and better, hopefully they become more and more interesting. If they're boring, then you probably should move on and get to know somebody else or other people. But generally, once you get to know people, people that you want to get to know, and get to know them better, they become more and more interesting. You get to know their personalities better, and hopefully you can potentially become more attracted to them.
With this question, I think it depends more on the person you're interested in because, under close speculation, they'll either be a great individual or they might be rather terrible. And yeah, I mean, the more you learn about something, you might find out that it's terrible or that's really great. So it depends on the person.
I think that interest gets stronger when you get to know someone.
I think the interest always grows stronger in a relationship that's been lasting longer.
I think if you are friends with someone that you're attracted to, then you might want to tell them or figure it out because it could be unhealthy for you. If you are, spending so much time with someone and that person thinks that you're just friends, then you might not realize it, but like subconsciously it could really get to you at some point. So I guess I would say figure it out before things get too deep.
I don't think that any relationship with a person is unhealthy unless it's again not a relationship that's reciprocated. So I think it's really important that when people are friends with someone where they may have a little bit of a romantic interest, as long as the friendship is feeding each person in whatever they need, then the friendship is okay. The minute that someone feels that they're not getting what they need from the relationship, then that's when I think it's unhealthy. So as long as both people are getting what they need from the friendship, even if there is an attraction, I think it's people are able to make it work because as long as they're getting their needs met and getting what they need from whatever the relationship is with that other person.
So if you're friends with somebody and you're kind of secretly attracted to them, but you're not in a romantic relationship with them, I don't think that's unhealthy. I mean, these are just your natural feelings. You can't control how you feel about somebody, whether you're attracted to them. But, for it to be a romantic relationship, both sides have to feel it and feel attracted to make it happen. If only one side feels that way, then I think part of growing up is just realizing that sometimes it's not reciprocated. It doesn't go both ways, and you've got to be able to live with your feelings of being attracted to somebody. And again, you don't want to ruin the friendship, and you've got to have the discipline to, understand that it's not coming back the other way, and stay friends with that person, but look for your romantic relationship somewhere else. I just think it's part of being disciplined and mature to be able to pull that off.
I don't think you can generalize on what people are attracted to, because there are a lot of people that like mystery and are thus, more interested in people they don't know, and then they're flighty, and as soon as they learn something about them, they cut it off. And then there are people that have always had their secret crush on their best friend. So I really think it depends on the personality.
I think people are attracted to people they know well because they know who they are.
I think you're always a little more attracted to someone who you don't know well.
Is it good to be in a romantic relationship with a close friend? And I think absolutely, because that person knows you on a deeper level, and that just serves like a great basis for a relationship. And I think a lot of really, really great relationships start with people that are best friends and are friends before, because, right off the bat, if it turns into something romantic, then you already know the person completely. So I think that's a great thing.
I think one of the really positive things about beginning a relationship with a really close friend is that you have a history together. You know each other really well. You've grown to love that person as a friend, and as the relationship grows in love, in an intimate way, then you have that background of shared experiences and shared relationships and shared history together that I think just strengthens your love for each other in an intimate relationship. I think sometimes the downfall of being in a relationship with a really close friend is that if that relationship does in fact not work out, then it's always hard. You can't really go back and be friends with them.
So my opinion on this question is that people are probably more attracted to somebody else they know, because once you get to know someone, you know their personality, and a personality is very important to attraction, in my opinion. I mean, of course, there's physical looks, and that's what everybody focuses on and talks about, but looks only last so long, and so for an attraction to really last and be meaningful, it has to be a personality that you like, and the personality is something that it takes a little while to get to know. And with looks, obviously, you can appreciate that right away, but the personality can grow on you, and you can learn to know someone better and understand a lot of their good qualities and attributes. And if you're moving in that direction and it's more and more positive, then I think the answer to the question is that you can certainly be attracted to somebody that you already know and are getting to know better and better, because you get to know their personality better and better.
Well, I think it takes a mental toll on you if you're obsessed about someone and you're too afraid to say anything, or you're keeping it inside. Good or bad, I think you should express yourself. I mean, because just sitting, penting yourself up like that, it's not good. You'll just get really bummed out, probably.
Beginning a close relationship with a close friend can be good because you are already familiar with who the person is.
I don't think it's unhealthy to have a relationship with someone who you are romantically attracted to, who may not be to you. All relationships are going to be a little bit different.